Can you get my tea bag? Like, wait, remember years. She heal. Hey guys, I was hungry. I needed a Snickers. Good evening. I'm about 40 minutes late. 15 minutes late. But thank you for coming in. And if you're joining me this evening, my lips are burning. Baby. I see there's some jalapeno peppers for my daughter and put my hands on my mouth I'm gonna wait a couple of seconds, little minutes while I'm stirring tea. I had to get me something to eat. I was burning off of fumes today. I did so much, but don't feel like I did anything. That's something. Still got a lot to do. So good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Trap Lounge. My name is Kimble Evans. I am your trap therapist. September, I have a lot of awarenesses in them. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about suicide prevention, myth, facts, and how to help and talk to someone. There's no connection again with the Facebook. Hey, Facebook. We ain't doing it today. All right, come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. We have to get off of here at 9:45 because I got people that I want to see tonight. Come on in. Some people need over the time. I tagged some people. I did. I tagged some people tonight. I want to subscribe to that YouTube page, the Trap Lounge on YouTube, the Trap Lounge on Facebook, and the Cottage House on IG, Instagram. I am not on TikTok or on the threads. Is this something new called the threads? I don't know how they got me on the threads. It is. Yeah, something new called the threads. I'm not on here, but it got me on there. It's something to do with IG. I don't know. Not on there. Hey Sheree. I'm not on there, but it's something on there. All right. So tonight's topic is National Suicide Prevention Month. Helping to spread the word about prevention, how to have the conversation, how to assist and help somebody, where to get resources. I am not a non-AA operator tonight. I'm just spitting facts, having a conversation. Tonight that sounds crazy. Okay. And then I'm gonna tell you why I don't like to work at home. It was crazy today. I'll tell you why. When Mayor Parker said, go back in the office, I was happy, even though I'm already in the office. But anyway, let's do our midweek check-in. So I put my midweek check-in in here. I was feeling relaxed and friendly. I was busting some things out today at home on the line. I was just busting some things out. So I was feeling relaxed, a little friendly, got a little personal with people on the line today. I think this was sometimes what people need is they have a down-to-earth person just to talk to, even though if it's something so heavy. You guys will laugh at it too when I tell you. So if you're feeling great, if you're doing great today, if you're feeling great, if you had a great day today, put that red emoji heart up there. If you're feeling okay, put that blue emoji heart up there. If you're feeling kind of put a yellow emoji heart up there. If things are tough and you're struggling, put that green emoji heart up there. I'll reach out to you. I'll just inbox me. I'll reach out to you. If you're having a hard time and you wouldn't mind if someone was to reach out to you, I will reach out to you. Put that purple emoji heart out there. If you're in a really dark place, put the broken emoji heart out there. I will reach out to you as well. If you're having some harmony and balance in your life, put that pink emoji heart out there. If you're feeling really optimistic and uplifting, put that bright orange emoji heart out there. And if you're feeling really poopy, put the poopy emoji heart out there with the brown emoji heart. If you're having some mixed emotions, some blankness, innocence, and you did minimal today, guys, put that white emoji heart out there. If you're feeling cool and self-restraint, where's my lady Miss Carla at? Put that gray emoji heart out there. Like I was, if you're feeling relaxing and friendly, put that light blue emoji heart up there. And if you're having some sadness and anger, let's talk about it. Put that black emoji heart out there. Now, guys, you can always reach me on any platform. On any platform. I check my platforms in the morning. I normally check my platforms before I go on my break at work. I check my platforms oftentimes when I'm before I'm getting in my car. If you message me, I will message you right back. I check my platforms 3 times a week. I check my emails first thing in the morning. You can get to me. I will respond back to you in a professional manner. I will respond back to you. Hey, Ms. Rios. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Where your Sheree said, "Where are the emojis? Go to your comment section and click on your little circle thing that has a little happy face and scroll down. You'll find the emoji hearts there. Or go to your little it's like a magnifying glass that say you're searching for something and put in red heart or purple heart or orange heart and it'll pop up there and you'll put that there. However you're feeling." This is what we do every midweek check-in. This is how you can talk to somebody if they don't want to really talk to you. I had someone call today and said that their daughter was not talking to them. This works well. This works really, really, really well. Hey, Drea. How are you feeling? If you want to check in. Red heart, you're doing great. Blue heart, you're doing okay. Yellow heart, you're doing well. How did them kids do their first week of school, honey? Their first week of school. My grandson went back to school. Was it Monday? Yeah, well, today's Wednesday. Yeah, he went back. No, was it Monday? Yesterday, Monday. Yeah, Monday was a holiday. Yes, he went back yesterday. Yeah, he went back yesterday. He was pretty excited about going back. He's going to the 8th grade, but things were things. So let's get into this topic. I work for the Philadelphia 988 system, which is the 988 Philly, the crisis response. You call if you're having any suicidal, homicidal thoughts. She said her emoji today is already hectic. Honey, let's talk about that, Sheree. Hectic. That was my morning. I had a goal in mind. Got up this morning with my nutritionist, my dietitian, not my primary doctor. This is something on the side that I invested in for myself so I can get rid of the sugar diabetes thing. I'm not playing with this thing. I'm not claiming it, but that's what the doctor is saying. I'm not claiming it. So I have a nutritionist, a dietitian, and a coach that's helping me lose this weight, make sure I'm eating properly, maintaining some things, my emotional, my psychological, because this, along with be losing family members that were very sick, right? So I got up this morning and today in my mind was grimy Wednesday. I woke up and joined my pastors in 6 a.m. prayer. And I was like, today we're going to get it. I had in my mind, I'm going to go downstairs and wash laundry before my husband even gets home to wash laundry. Put a load of laundry on. I said, I'll put a load of laundry on and I'm going to walk and run on a treadmill as the wash is washing. And so once the wash starts, finish washing, I'm going to put it in the dryer, and then I'll go upstairs, get myself ready, take my shower, come down, and do my Bible studying for this morning. And then I'll start my day. That washing machine was stuck on the spin cycle. I ran 4 songs and I'm holding on like, Lord have mercy. Keep going, Kimble. I'm motivating myself. It's sweat dripping. My heart is beating. My chest is hot. I'm like, keep going, keep going. And I keep looking inside where the washer is. And the red button is on and the green button is on. So I'm thinking the green button is about to go off. And so the red button can go up and I can lift my get ready to go lift the washing machine and put everything in the dryer. I'm running, and I'm running. So I normally put something. If you're ever on the treadmill, a minute is not a minute on the treadmill. I normally put something, a shirt, anything over the treadmill so I can't see the time, how much I'm running, how many calories I'm burning, what's my blood pressure or whatever, my heart rate when I'm holding on to the bar. I had something over there. I took it off. And I was like, Lord, this thing don't even say 3 miles yet. So I'm like, stop complaining because I can run, I can do 3 miles. You know, that's a cakewalk to me. So can we stop complaining? And sweat is just pouring off. So get myself together. I lower my speed and I start fast walking it. Now I'm in the groove. I got that going. Button is still on red and green. I'm like, what is going on? It's still on the spin cycle. Like, so a song came on, and I'm like, remember, this is grimy Wednesday. You gotta get it in. You gotta get it in. You gotta get it in. And I'm running. And I'm like, wait, my back hurt. All my whole side start getting this piercing pain. I'm like, so I hold on to one side, and I like, all right, I got it. The spin cycle is still going, guys. And in my mind, I start panicking, like, I know my machine is not about to break. Like, this can't be happening to me right now. We just got a refrigerator. We can't. This cannot be happening right now. Put a cloth away again. It's like a small t-shirt that's too small for me, let's just say. Pull it away again. It's at 493. I said, okay, I've been on here for more than 45 minutes. I've been on here for too long. I can't stop it. Go in there just to make sure. And so it's spitting out a little bit of water. So I'm like, okay, it's almost done. So it's working. It's working. The machine is working. Go get my cat litter together. Do some deadlifts. Go back in and it finally goes off. Me being so impatient, I could have, stepped on the treadmill for the next 6 or 7 minutes to make that 5. I'll do that next Wednesday. I'll run that run that 5 miles and just get it out of my mind because that's what's going to happen to me. I could have stayed on there and been patient with myself and ran that 5. So my morning was hectic. Let's get into these stats and these things about national prevention of suicide. So, since 2008, September was first recognized as National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. Since 2008. And since then, they have been trying to help spread the word about actions we can all take to prevent suicide, working to change the conversation from suicide to suicide prevention. I know when I first got this job, I was kind of nervous. I can talk about mental health. I can talk about emotional irregulation. I can talk about bipolar disorder. I can talk about all those modalities. But when it comes to suicide, I get nervous. And I was like, even in my mind, do I even want this job? Great opportunity to get the job, but do I even want the job? Um, and when it was presented to me, I was going to have a double job, right? Not only just talking to people about suicide and homicidal ideations, and also if you're in a mental health crisis, talking to someone to try to help them prevent the act or the completion of it. We do an extensive training, right? So it's to basically work on to change the conversation from suicide to preventing it, to actions that can promote healing, help, and give a person hope. So the slogan this year is "Be the one to," right? Be the one to ask, be the one to be there, be the one to keep someone safe, be the one to help keep someone connected. So be the one to. So if you go to www.bethenumber12.com, you'll get all this information. And so years ago, if someone was to say, I've been having some thoughts about harming myself, killing myself, I don't want to be here anymore, I'm just going to go jump in front of a bus. People would feel really, really uncomfortable asking, like, why? Why do you feel that way? The first thing they would say is, you need to go talk to somebody. Not talk to me, talk to somebody else. It is okay to ask. So it says research shows people who are having thoughts of suicide feel relief when someone acts after them in a caring way, a concerning way. Acknowledging and talking about suicide may reduce rather than increase suicidal ideations. So typically when you're on a line, we have to act within 7 minutes of that call. A bit different because I like to talk. And I like to try to get to know a person. I sure will. So I'll put that link in, Ms. Rios, I'll put that link in the chat, in the comment section, once this is all over. And I'll also leave some other resources in the comment section once this is over. And this is just something that I do if I was in a therapy session. Now, on the line, it's not therapy. We're asking questions, we're giving coping signals out, and then we may send for help. We're not practicing therapy on non-AA. It's kind of like we're the emergency paramedics on the phone. Are you safe? Did you do something before you called? If so, what did you do? What time did you do it? Are you alone? Do you have any weapons? All those things that we ask. So if you're in front of someone, or if you're having a conversation with someone on the phone and they disclose, I had thoughts last night, or they may say, they were thinking about harming themselves, after their birthday. It's okay to say, what's going on? What makes you have those thoughts? Ask them. Ask them, when was the last time you had thoughts like that? What helps you to cope? How can I help? Oh, wow. And did they say, and that's wonderful that they trust you so much with that experience, because people really feel so fearful to disclose information like that. So Sheree said, what about that school shooting in Georgia? School just started. Did they say why the motive behind it. I haven't watched the news about the 14-year-old that did it. Now, Sheree, this is so very incredible to me, because I'm looking back like somebody's watching me. I asked our program, the Philadelphia Crisis Line, our program, 988 in Philadelphia. I asked our program director. I'm thinking she's the director or the executive director. I don't know how far she goes up in our chain. She helps me with a lot of things, and we always bounce. Excuse me. We always bounce information off each other and have ideas. Now, we do have a department that goes out in the community and does, community outreach and information, but only 20% of Philadelphians know about 988. And the way that line bumps, like we get so many calls per day. So I asked her prior to children going back to school, how about I think we have like maybe 30, maybe 40 staff on the line. And I know people have children that have gone back to school, children, nieces, nephews. I have a grandson. How about we give those our people trinkets to go and take back to the school? Or we get in contact with somebody like the principal, the vice principal, and ask them if they want to do what do you call that? Having an assembly talking about, because September is Suicide Prevention Month, talking about suicide. Now, how many schools do that? We don't have schools doing things like that. Now, I don't know what occurred in Georgia, but why? And this is what I always tell people: why does it have to be after an emergency? You understand what I'm saying? Why does it have to be after an emergency? And now that you said that, Sheree, I will be calling on the executive director tomorrow to push for schools in Philadelphia. So if you have children in schools in Philadelphia, because we only do Philadelphia County. The Philadelphia Crisis Line in Philadelphia, we only do Philadelphia County. If you have schools in Philadelphia, if you want that done, leave your name and your child's school in the chat. Because the more information I'll have for her for schools, I'll give her a list. We should not have to wait till something like this happens to have assemblies for our children to know that this is out there, that this is available. And also not just for our children, for parents as well. This is why my platform is out there. This is specifically why I made my platform. Why do we have to wait for something to happen? And why does something have to be free? Information has to be, you have to go somewhere to get information. Why? I don't understand. Nadia said, I just found out they charged the number. They changed the number. They changed the number to what? What number are you talking about? Are you talking about 988 or the number to the suicide hotline? Because that number is still the same. 988 is just a universal number. Thank you so much, love. I'm gonna I don't want to rip the page out of my book because I'm my OCD behavior. I'm like, where am I gonna write it at? Give me a minute. They have to have consent. They have to have consent. They have to have consent from the school. They have to have consent. They have to get the parents to sign off on it. It's so much gray tape. It's so much gray tape. There's so much gray tape. And I remember we had things like this all the time in school. Stranger danger. Who what was the bear about wildfires? We had that. They would have people come in. Your parents could probably be there, and they would sign off on getting the smoke detectors. They had all that. But now you have the option of saying, I don't want you teaching my kid this. I don't want my kid to learn that. Why put that in my child's mind? My child don't think about killing himself or hurting himself or this happening. It's all about consent. It's all about choice and freedom of choice. And I do agree with those options and those things. But your kids sitting on the school bus and hearing this stuff and watching this stuff and looking at this stuff and playing the video games on the school bus, and you have no idea what your kids are doing on a school bus. Educate them. I have a passion for it. Educate them. So now you said mass spam. I'll look all this over. I'll look all this over, but I for sure I'm going to go in the morning, and I don't want to overstep my boundaries because I do have her cell phone number. I do have her cell phone number, and I can cell or text her a message. It's this because this is really important to me. My grandson just turned 13. Not saying that when he was 12, 11, 10, because and we'll get to the stats. We'll get to some of the stats. Not just saying that, but the world is getting more and more and more and more bigger to him. Okay? And I want to make sure as the world is getting bigger to him, he has factual information. And so with him having factual information and the world's getting bigger to him, he can have choice and he can make wise decisions. What you said, but make it on an FYI level, an information level. You don't need algebra. Listen, you would not believe, Sheree, the rigmarole and the gray area in the school system. There's a strange push for it. There's a very strange push for it. You have counselors pushing for these things, and they get so much pushback. There's so much that we can do, or that can be done. But let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can do. And I'll show you just some simple things that I'm talking about at the end of what I'm saying. But let us keep pushing forward on the information that I have. So again, asking. So if you're having a friend, a colleague, disclosing that they have some thoughts or some passive thoughts. So coming right out and saying like, I want to die. I wish I was dead. I don't want to be here anymore. Passive thoughts saying, I just, don't want to, I wish I could just go to sleep and don't wake up. I wish I was never born. And they're 45, 65 years old. That's not possible, right? Right? Those are some passive thoughts. So, asking, they may say it maybe in a loose way. Asking, why do you feel that way? What's going on? What happened? How long have you been feeling that way? In a caring, non-judgmental way. And so being there for that person, individuals are more likely to feel less depressed, less suicidal, less overwhelmed, and more hopeful by after speaking to someone who listens without judgment. I had a young lady. She felt regret. She was in a situation where her friend, they were not quite together from what she was saying. Um, they got into an altercation, and I guess he choked her or something happened. She couldn't really quite remember, but she felt fearful of him. They went to court, and she did not say what actually happened. Um, I guess her sister found out, and her sister was like, "No, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's not what people do. That's not what men do, and especially if this is just a friend, like that's dangerous." And so she said she was like, "I wish this never happened." And I was like, "Well, how long have you felt like that? Felt like you wish this never happened?" And she said, "Well, when things get kind of heavy and tight, she always has those thoughts." And I'm like, "Okay, well, let's work through that. How do you cope? How do you cope?" And she said, "Well, sometimes I talk to my mom," and she said she can't talk to her mom really that much because her mom sells her business. And I was like, "Listen, moms don't really see their children as adults on that same level. So when you tell your mom something, mom going to tell your aunt, your cousin, grandmom, your business is not your business. It's not private. I know, even though you tell mom that, mom, don't tell nobody else. It's even though you tell there's a boundary there." I said, "You need to, talk to someone else about it." And she said that's where she drew the line. And she wanted to explain to her sister, but she felt so awful about what happened. She was feeling some type of guilt. And I talked to her about, if this is the first time this is happening, of course they gave her the number to the domestic violence line. And I told her that's not my specialty. I'm trained in suicidal, homicidal, crisis management, mental health. Um, so if she wants to learn the language, um, she wants to identify with some of her feelings that occurred, that happened with her with this incident. It's best that she talks to a domestic violence counselor. And I explained to her as well as, maybe she doesn't feel like she was in a domestic violence situation. And she kind of identified that as being so. And so I said, just give it give it a chance. Talk to them about what happened. I'm trying to process that, and see what it takes you to. So it was a non-judgmental, as for as the premise of the act, right? The act of her being choked by a friend, or if this was an intimate partner, that was not the height of my conversation with her. The height of my conversation was, how often are you having these heavy thoughts of not wanting to be here? The next thing is to try to keep that person safe. A number of studies have shown and have indicated that when lethal means are made less available or less deadly, suicide rates by that method decline, and frequently suicide rates overall decline. Now, this is the scariest part for me. I will not sit amongst you and lethal means. Lethal means is, so if your person that you're having a conversation with is saying, "I have a bottle of pills and I'm going to take these pills, or I have a handgun, or I have a knife. I'm going to hang myself. I have the rope. I have the noose. Those are lethal means that's available. If they're made less available. So I had a young man. Well, he wasn't a young man. He was 59. 59. I was talking to him. See, I'm getting confused about the dates because Monday I worked and today is Wednesday. I work any holiday if it's on a weekday. I work Monday through Friday, but I work from home on Monday. So he called and he had lethal means. And so that part still gets my heart pounding because we asked that. And you can ask that as well. Have you done anything prior to discussing this? And again, if you're not comfortable, it's okay. They may not be comfortable with disclosing. It's okay. But again, keeping them safe. And they may not be truthful at first. I had someone say, no, I didn't do anything before I called. And then in the middle of the 30-40 minutes, they start slurring their voice. And I'm like, what's going on? Oh, I took a whole bottle of Tylenol and drank a whole bottle of vodka. I'm like, okay. And mentally, that can be lethal depending on what type of other medications they've taken and how long. So then I have to get rescue to come, right? But let's get back to the other guy that had the lethal means. So he had a perforated knife. I'm like, okay, well, where's the knife at? Oh, it's in the kitchen. Okay, well, where are you at? Oh, I'm in the living room. And so that's what that means. When lethal means are made less available, the weapon was in another space and he was in another space. So that's keeping him safe. So for me to say, can we make sure while you're on the phone with me, you can stay in the living room? And so if you're having a conversation with somebody and they say, well, I know my parents keep a gun locked in their lockbox. Okay, your parents keep a gun locked in a lockbox. Do you know the combination? I don't know the combination. Now, remember, there was a young kid that their parents kept a gun in the lockbox. They didn't know the combination, but they were able to get the batteries out of the lockbox, and that's how it opened. I was just looking at safes. I can't fathom why they would make safes with a key and then you punch a combination in there and you have to operate it with batteries. Why? Why? And I'm trying to find out because I texted my sister earlier because she has two of them, two safes. One was from my great uncle. He's now deceased, so I'm trying to see what type of safe does she have so I can purchase one as well. But I can't fathom why would a manufacturing company make a safe that has a combination. You have to punch the numbers in, put a key in, and it's operating on batteries. Why? The next one says to help them stay connected. Studies indicate that helping someone at risk create a network of resources and individuals for support and safety can help them take positive action and reduce feelings of hopelessness. Yes, yes, yes. Hmm. Now, create a network, resources, and support, safety and help. Take positive actions and reduce feelings of hopelessness. What I hear more and more people say, they can't call their family because their family has their own problems. They don't want to burden their family. They don't want to call their friends because their friends have their own problems. They don't want to burden their friends, or they don't have any sports. Parents are deceased. They probably have strained relationships with their siblings, or they don't have any siblings. Again, when I did the piece on foster care, I did not know a lot of people were adopted or in foster care, and now they're adults and they don't have family. After foster parent or adopted parent, resource parent are gone, they're by themselves. And so I want you guys to understand what hopelessness is, the definition of it. Hopelessness is a feeling of despair or lack of hope that life can feel better than it does. These feelings may make you pull back from your life and avoid doing things you usually enjoy or being with people you love. If hopelessness becomes severe, it can lead to suicidal thoughts. Now, you'll have that level, you'll have mild, moderate, severe. I think it's another one. I'm missing one. I'm missing one. You'll have those. You'll have from mild, moderate. I know I'm missing one. I'm missing one. And then and since I know I'm missing one, I knew myself. I knew myself. So I kind of like went to see what severe was. So severe is very bad, unpleasant, or serious, can cause a lot of pain or suffering, punishment when you are in pain, and it's getting worse, very severe, and it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It hurts a lot. It doesn't stop. So that's when people say, I want it to stop. It's never going to stop. It's never going to get better. You'll hear that person say, it's never going to get better. So that's all they think about. So when you're trying to give them positive, you're trying to feed them that sense of hope, all they're feeling is hopelessness, despair. It's never going to get better. I don't care what you say, it's never going to get better. This is my life. The pain is it's just excruciating. I'm going to be like this all the time. I had a older woman explain to me that she understood how her loved one took his life because he couldn't take the pain anymore. She understood it because she was in the same situation, but she did not want to take her life. But she understood it. The hopelessness. And so a lot of times we have to follow up, the check-in. We have to follow up. We have to do the check-in. This goes for emergency room, inpatient, making a phone call, an email, a text message, a house visit, next Sunday at church, the next time you see them at the market, a follow-up. What happened to our village? A follow-up. You must check up on your people. My God, it just hit me. I didn't call my uncle today. I didn't call a mother today. I didn't call my friend today. Who else was I supposed to call? I did not call my aunt Tina today. That's 4 people that I didn't check up on today. Wednesdays is my day to call those 4 people. I made a promise to myself for them 4 people. Because I have more time. Follow-up. Studies have also shown that brief, low-cost intervention and supportive ongoing contact may be an important part of suicide prevention, especially for individuals after they have been discharged from hospitals of care or services. It's very important to do that follow-up. Very important. On the line, we do ask. So if it's something, and this is just a gut feeling that we have as crisis counselors, and everybody has their individual gut feeling or intuition. And I'll ask somebody, is it okay if I call you tomorrow and check up on you? And you'll hear that slight pause. And I'll say, it's your choice. I don't have to call you if I don't want to. If you don't want me to, it's your choice. I just want to make sure you're doing okay. Maybe I can find some of the resources for you. If I can look through my computer, seeing how you're doing. So, just to see if you're coping with anything, because I give people a lot of suggestions. I call them. I don't call them things to do. Just some suggestions to pass the time, things like that. Just some suggestions. Some say I don't want you to call. Yeah. Some will say, well, you can call me. I'll always say, well, what's the right time to call you? I always try to give that person a follow-up call. And I make sure I follow up on that call. When I follow up on that call, I reinnovate what happened yesterday briefly. How are you feeling? I remember yesterday you were having thoughts. Presently, how are you doing? Did you get a meal? Did you get some sleep? What did you do after our call yesterday? And they'll have the floor. It's very important to do a follow-up call. That's just like if your girlfriend, your best friend, your cousin, your aunt, your uncle had a problem and you don't call them the next day to make sure they're okay. Facebook, make sure you guys are there. I don't know. I keep saying slow connection. I want to make sure. Just give me a hey if you guys are still on. That slow connection then gets on my last rivet. All right, so here's some stats. 70% of suicide attempters never, and this is a word that I don't like using, they never attend their first appointment or maintain treatment for more than a few sessions. 70% of suicide attempters never attend their first appointment. And when they talk about that first appointment, so you get discharge paperwork from inpatient. So inpatient can be at Belmont, inpatient can be at Friends, inpatient can be at Einstein, Inpatient can be at Penn Hospital. Inpatient could be at Roxborough Memorial. And so once you get discharged, they give you documentation for your outpatient services. Outpatient service can be at Warren E. Smith. Outpatient service can be at the Wedge Medical Center. Outpatient services can be at Marikey. Outpatient services can be at Comar, Path, and you're supposed to go there for intake, and they set you up with a therapist. Then they set you up for a psychiatrist for medication management. Most 70% of people that get discharged from inpatient never attend that first appointment. So they're in a crisis. Something occurred. Something happened. Something happened. Something occurred. There was an event that happened. Something happened. In order for them to have the thoughts, and they attempted suicide. They did not complete it. They went in the hospital. They got help. They got treated. Ms. Rio said, and if they do, they don't take correct. And that's the biggest stigma. If I go to treatment, there must be something wrong with me. Or if I take the medication, there must be something wrong with me. That's the biggest stigma. Now, while they was in the crisis, their cognitive ability could not think there was something wrong because they were in the crisis. When you're in a storm, you don't know you're in a storm. You know it's something peculiarly wrong. Wait a minute, this don't feel right. This boat rocking a little bit too hard. You don't feel this boat rocking? I see the wave, but this boat rocking a little bit too hard. Y'all getting sick in your belly? You don't feel like I feel? You don't see the purple skies over there? It's boat rocking hard. When you're in a storm, when you feel anxious, everybody's situation is totally different. There's not one person that can say, yes, that's how my depression feels. Yes, that's how my anxiety feels. Yes, that's how my psychosis feels. Every single person DNA, every single person cognitive ability, every single distress, every single one is different. Every single one. You may have similarities in the experiences, but every single person's is different. Every single one. And so you can figure those things out when you talk to people about it. Like, wow, wow, that mine was kind of that way. Wow. Yeah. What did you do? Oh, well, I just smoked some weed, drunk this beer, and went to sleep. Yeah, you ain't taking no medication? Nah, I don't take that. Nah, that don't do it for me. Yeah, I can smoke me 2 blunts, drink me these 2 beers, and I just go to sleep. Or you go to therapy and you don't feel no change. Still getting that in your stomach, and you still rocking, and the purple cloud still over there, and you don't feel this. Miss, you supposed to be helping me. I'm still feeling the same way. Like this, it ain't helping. But you're not getting deep down in that thing. You're only hitting the surface. I'm talking real to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking real to you. The punishment and the pain that doesn't stop, I had it for 15 years. I carried that weight that I didn't have to carry. Imagine that. Imagine carrying punishment, suffering, and holding on to pain that wasn't mine. So, did I want to take my life? I thought about it. Did I attempt to take my life? I thought about it. When things got heavy, I thought about it. Gaps in available care. This is mine right here. This is the biggest one for me. Gaps in available care. Many people lack access to available resources for care or are unaware of the resources that are available to them. Gaps in available care. I can give you 1,000 resources, but how long you gotta wait? How long you gotta wait for a resource? They'll call you and talk to you like, yes, we have such and such on this date. Today is September 4th. You don't get an appointment for November. You need help now. Key just opened an urgent walk-in mental health clinic at 3125 North Broad Street. But today we got a list of what they not going to take. They can't handle that at their walk-in clinic. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Again, why are we waiting till there are emergencies? And you understand why people go into the emergency rooms. I'm just saying. Now listen, I would rather for you to go to your primary care doctor. I tell people this all the time. If you have a great rapport with your primary care doctor, they're going to refer you to a colleague and you're going to get the help you need. Know your systems, people. Know your systems. I'm not on here just running my mouth to like not to let you know anything. Know your systems. My primary doctor knows my dentist knows my neurologist, and my neurologist knows my OGBYN. Know your systems. They all know my whole system, my whole body. They all know what medications I take. On all my outpatient services, my inpatient services, they know my appointments. They know if I went to one, if I missed one, if I rescheduled one. They know. I don't have an appointment at Penn or one at Einstein or one there. Everything is at Temple. They know. The only person that I don't go to that's not at Temple is my dentist. Connect everything together so when something happens, they put you in the right spot, in the right place. That's right, Shalay. It's always good to tell your primary doctor. They will help you. But that's my biggest. All right, baby boy. That's my biggest thing on my shoulder, that there's not enough available care for mental health. There's not enough available care. And then when we give you the resources, you call and you wait in 2 and 3 months. You said, where the dog? I'm not here. That's my French bulldog. He'll come over here and jump on his table. He's very loyal. He's sitting down. Then you have lack of support in the network. Patients can experience loneliness and despair following a discharge. Those that lack social supports and can particularly be very vulnerable. Again, you coming home after being discharged from inpatient and you're going home and there's nobody there. They're not even recommending that you go to a day program. There's day programs that you can go to. Oh, there are. There actually are. There are more and more that's coming out. The thing when I'm listening. Tell the truth and shame the devil. The Christian therapists go on Psychology Today. Half of them don't take medical insurance. I said it. I said it. You get into this. I'm not licensed, and I'm not barking on anybody's front porch and lifting my leg up to pee on nobody either. A lot of our Christian therapists want money because they are a rare commodity. Now, I can backdoor it. I can play the game, yo. I can backdoor it. I can go get me a little certificate. Matter of fact, I don't even need a certificate. I don't need a certificate to be a life coach or to do life skills. But why do that when I can get on here and talk for free? Okay? Why do that? I can get on here and talk for free and continue to write my books and sell my books or give my books away. God will bless me in it, and trust me, He will. You know it does. Hey, bestie, I'm letting you know, because every person that I see, they go to outpatient services at the community centers. They go there to get their training. They go there to get their hours, and then they go open their own private practices, and they charge them for an arm and leg. Because I've called several of them myself and said, "Do y'all take insurance?" "Oh no, we don't take insurance. We do charge on a sliding scale." Oh, I'm on here. I'm on here. I'll be on here. I'll tell y'all what I'm about to start doing on my YouTube channel. Keep up, y'all. Inappropriate or unwanted care referral needs. Referrals from emergency departments or hospitals may not match the patient's needs. And this is what I call fraudulent care. You'll put on there that they have, like I had a person today, and I was so, man, I have a distaste for things like this. This young lady has been calling and calling and calling and calling and calling. And she called me 6 times in one day. And the last time she said, "Why do I keep getting you?" I said, "You keep getting me because you keep calling the same number, and I'm the only one here." And she said, "Well, I want someone else." I said, "You'll get someone at 8 o'clock when I'm off." And her grandma got on the phone. We had a conversation. Come out to find out today when I handed her off to someone else that was supposed to be doing her job anyway. She already got services. And she's been having services for the past year. I'm like, for the past year. So I'm sorry. Listen, I don't. If Deb, tell them a little bit about me. If you ain't doing your job and I'm doing your job, after a while, we're going to have a problem because I don't get paid your check. I don't. I don't get paid your check. In my marriage, I give 100%. At work, I give 100%. At church, I give 150%. With my children, I give 100%. I don't play with my life. My grandmother raised me to put 100% in everything I do. So if I'm doing my job at 100% and I have to do your job and then I got to give another 100%, what are you doing? So I clearly wrote the supervisor's name down and the case manager that's on the job of this person's name down. Let this young lady call tomorrow on my watch. I'm going to three-way call with her and the case manager. What's the problem? She's supposed to be getting services. Referral for her needs is not being met. What's going on? I already gave you the information. 5 ways to follow up on a call: phone call, text message, letter, home visit, email. There's 3 ways to make sure you're kind of assessing suicide. Assess the person, asking them. Make sure you're asking them if you're feeling comfortable. Follow up and ask them. And this is what shocked me the most: the age range. In 2021, suicide was among the leading cause of death for people ages 10 to 63, guys. The second leading cause of death for people ages 10 to 14 and 20 to 34, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. So if you're just coming on and you live in the Philadelphia area, and you're just coming on, or you're going to watch this later. So today is Wednesday. I will look at this, scan over it by Friday. If anybody is interested, your child, your cousin, your nephew, your niece, your sister attends a school in Philadelphia, if you're talking to the principal, the vice principal, if you mention it to a teacher and you want maybe an information session or a talk session at the school, because September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, let me know. I will be talking to the executive director of the Philadelphia Crisis Line to get some information to the schools in Philadelphia. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So they'll have somebody come out to the schools and tell everybody what 988 Philly is, how to contact 988 Philly. They'll give you a brief information about the line. It's a 24-hour hotline. All that information. Then they'll give out trinkets to the kids. My baby girl got some already. They have sunglasses that has 988 on it now. Wintertime is coming, so they might have different things. But depending on what I asked Miss my lady for He usually hooks me up. They have sunglasses with 988 on it. Don't ask me for this stuff because this already belongs to my lady, Miss Terry, at my church. I made her a bag up. Stress balls. They have 988 on it. Little pocket, change pocket things. Also have 988 on it. I guess sometimes when they have their little student IDs, they student IDs can go in here. It also has 988 on it, 988philly.org. That's the website. I think that's good. No. Why? No, go ahead. This up in here, okay. And again, they have something that they can put their a SEPTA key card in, or their ID in, or a little wallet with 988 in it. And then they have these little information. We have lots of things. Cards out there that got 988 in it. And of course, it says 988 Philly on there. And it's from DBH IDS. That's the company that I work for in Philadelphia. It's a big conglomerate. DBH IDS is a big company. In Philadelphia, we just do not do suicide prevention. It's about disability, DIS, capital ability in Philadelphia. So again, if you had a child that attends the public school in Philadelphia and you want a little bag like this, or even if you would like DBH IDS to head an assembly at the school talking about suicide, mental health crisis, the 988 hotline, and giving some information out, let me know. Put that in the chat. I will look that over. And I will get that information to my person at the PCL by Friday. I will even I'm going to include my supervisor in on that, because like I said, my coworkers, I know they have children or they have nieces or nephews in the school system here in Philadelphia. And I think, again, and thank you, Sheree, for bringing that up, because I'm going to let her know about that as a catalyst. So we should be having things like this, because we shouldn't be putting out fires after they start. We shouldn't be doing this. These things should be already in place. How do we prevent something after the fact? Which is the same thing that happened with the young man in the family near Fairmount, when the little boy was curious and he went under the Christmas tree and late at night, and all them people perished in that fire. Listen, that scared the bejesus out of me. It scared me so bad, because my grandmother told us that we had a really bad fire. I don't remember the fire. I just know we don't have no baby pictures of us, of anybody in my family. My mom don't have no baby pictures. Grandma didn't have any. My uncles didn't have any. My brother, we don't have. There's no baby pictures of anybody in my family. There's just one, and my aunt had it, and she sent it to me digitally. My aunt, just one picture, because of this fire. So that scared the. Once I seen it on TV, I immediately went out and bought fire extinguishers. I immediately went out and bought more smoke detectors. We have smoke detectors. I think my husband went out and bought a carbon monoxide meter, and he put it downstairs in the basement. I do not play, honey. Those things, when they come up in me, I listen. I don't want to prevent something after it happened. Prevention is before, prior to, pre. So they said exactly this is a serious matter, and I after what I experienced with my daughter with therapy, it's really needed to be taken more seriously in this schools. Absolutely. Absolutely. But Shalay, I was explaining to Sheree, they have to get consent from the parents. So what's going to happen is if you talk to a principal, if you talk to a vice principal, even if you talk to a teacher or a counselor there, they may have to put out a letter asking if any parents are going to permit their children to come to an assembly about suicide prevention, and that's okay. It's okay, you know. Again, the age is 10. It starts at 10 years old. 10. 3 years prior, my grandson, was 10. He's 13 now. I can't imagine, my girls. My baby girl about to be 26 on Sunday. I can't imagine when they were 10 years old, them thinking about not wanting to be here or having their friends in school saying they want to die. Mommy, such and such said they want to die. Like, really? What then we have all the other things out here. Drugs and sex and video games that mind control and witchcraft. It's so much. It's so much. We have to maintain spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. We have to maintain. We got to be covered, guys. So they said parents do have to really advocate. She said she had to do so until her children got what they. Yes, yes, you have to do so until your kids get what they need. Absolutely, absolutely. And if the school system is not giving them that, you have to step up. You have to step up, and you have to feed and nurture your kids what the world is not giving them. And I guess what I said about my grandson. I want to make sure he's equipped with the facts because the world is getting so big for him now. People can tell him and give him and mold him with whatever they want to give him in the world, and that's okay. But he'll also have facts. He'll also have facts. He has a tough grandmother. His mom is a tough cookie, and his aunt is a tough cookie. And then I got a twin sister, and then she got a little sister. Listen, we come from a whole bloodline of tough women. So they say it's a lot that is going on. We have to really check in with our your kid. You have to absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Well, tonight was a great eye opener for us about suicide prevention. I think on to the what day is that? I had it written down. Did I had it written down? I had it written down. I had it written down. September 10th is the actual day that they're going to be doing something. I'm going to write the link in the comment section along with the other resources for National Suicide the day, which is September 10th, I believe. I don't know why I can't find this. This is the second week I use this book. Um, I'm still thinking about doing November, I believe it's 16th. Guys, I was supposed to do a pass the mic to the parents versus the old school versus new school. I was trying to figure out why I did not do that, and I'm really running out of time. I'm sorry, guys. Why I did not do that? It was because I had so many losses in my family. It took precedence over all of that. I'm trying to do a workshop, um, Tattered and Bruised, for November 16th. I'm trying to see if I'm going to actually do that or not. I'm going to pray on that and see where God leads me. That workshop, because I did not do the Pastor Mike too, and that was really important to me. So I'm going to pray on that and see where God leads me, either to do that one or to do the Tattered and Bruised. Both of them are very important to me. Now, if you do not have my YouTube handle, coming up in 2025, I'm going to start developing this thing in 2025. I do not want to start developing it now because I need this thing to be precise and pristine. 2025, I'm going to start developing my 9-step program, or my life skills program, only specifically on YouTube. It's going to be either the third or fourth Saturday of each month. I might switch it up and do one the first Saturday and the last Saturday of each month. So it's going to be a life skills class. It's going to be for maybe an hour to 45 minutes the first and last Saturday. So I'm going to put all the information out there. I'm going to make a kind of like manual for it for everybody to follow. Because when you're in a crisis and when you're in a storm, some life skills start to falter. And you'll understand where I'm going with this once I start to get it out. Once those life skills start to falter, things fall apart. They do. They fall apart. I know when I lost my dad, I wasn't cooking. I wasn't eating properly. Hence, I got into this thing where I got the diabetes thing, and I started gaining weight, and I had to start doing things properly. The YouTube channel is called the Trap Lounge. The Trap Lounge on YouTube. And so when things start to fall apart, you have to try to get those things back in order. And the only way you can get them back in order is to go back to the source of the entire problem. And you need help with those things. Not therapy. You don't need therapy because you already know what happened. You just need help getting those things back into place. Understanding that you need help getting your time management back into place. You may need help getting community resources back into place. You may need help getting yeah, girl, yeah, that's it right there. You may need help getting money management back into place because you might be backed on some bills. And we know when you're backed on bills, they still charge you late fees, and that still makes you angry, but you still got to pay the late fees. But you need help getting things back into place. So when you're backed up, you're backed up. You have to become focused and being consistent with it so you can get ahead of everything, to get yourself back where you need to be. So you have to focus. In order to do that, you need some assistance and you need some help. That will be me. This plan works. I have assisted 4 or 5 people with this plan. I have assisted 2 and 3 children with this plan, 2 and 3 teenagers with this plan, and 2 and 3 family members with this plan. I know this plan works. It's been working for me since last year when I lost my great uncle, all the way up until me losing my mother this year. So January 2025, I'm going to start shooting this thing out here and it will be put into place. Also, I'm going to start a private group for unleashing your traumatic experiences. It's going to be a private group. The first 7 to 8 people to sign up. It's going to be a private group for the first 2 months. I'll tell you what you have to do to join the group. It's going to be for the first 2 months. We're going to meet every. I just pray, guys. I just pray that they give me this morning shift at my job. We'll be meeting twice, hopefully twice a week. Again, I'm taking the direction of the Lord for this. Twice a week. Again, all of this will be in the new year. All of this will be on my YouTube channel, The Trap Lounge. Guys, I really enjoyed you guys tonight. I hope you got some information out. I will be posting some other resources on the comment section tonight. I'm going to be signing off. My name is Kimble Evans. I'm your trap therapist. Have a good night, guys. Be safe.